WTMJ Talking text line 855-616-1620. In Milwaukee, for the first time in 8 months, the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee heard in-person concerns from residents who've been complaining for years about unlivable conditions.
I'm up all night long because they're crawling everywhere.
After the Housing Authority's first in-person meeting with residents since last winter, HACM Vice Chairwoman Brooke Vandenberg explained why, despite the board's oversight of Director Willie Hines Jr., they haven't pushed back on the lack of in-person meetings.
It's a policy that typically we have given to the staff to say, tell us where we need to be and what time, and they publish an agenda.
Hines says HACM has committed no wrongdoing.
Whether or not it's virtual or whether or not it's in person, we will continue to do that.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Following some breaking news from Southern California, 4.7 magnitude earthquake rattling the Malibu area this morning. The quake centered about 4 miles north of Malibu. It was felt as far south as Baja California, south of San Diego. Francine's now a tropical depression after slamming into Louisiana as a Category 2 hurricane. Causing widespread power outages, sending a dangerous storm surge rushing into some of the coastal communities there. It's now churning north, heavy rain possible and flash flooding in Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia. As far as any remnants here in Wisconsin, unlikely, maybe scattered possible chance for some rain on Sunday. The first commercial spacewalk, successful, some 458 miles above the Earth this morning. The two SpaceX astronauts went outside the capsule, and part of their test was to try these new designed soft spacesuits intended to have more flexibility. CBS's Mark Strassman.
SpaceX's long-term goal is to colonize the moon and Mars, and for that, it says it'll need thousands of these spacesuits. So this morning's spacewalk is the first step in developing that capability. The Polaris Dawn mission, if all things go well, scheduled to splash down this weekend.
Time now for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Right now, the Dow is down 82 to 40,779. The NASDAQ is up 45 to 17,441. And the S&P is up 3 to 55.57. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather next. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:04.
This report is sponsored by Fox World Travel. Visit foxworldtravel.com today for more information.
No matter what your timeline is, you deserve a journey to paradise with Fox World Travel and Royal Caribbean. When you get the craving for sunshine, poolside fun, and ocean views for miles, there's no reason to hold back. Make the most out of your time with an all-in-one cruise vacation. Let a Fox World Travel cruise expert save you from the daunting task of choosing from ships, ports, and staterooms. And visit foxworldtravel.com to plan your next cruise vacation. That's foxworldtravel.com.
Milwaukee College Prep, dedicated to closing the opportunity gap for children in Milwaukee, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dreams. Join me, Good Karma Brand's founder CEO Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 17th, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee's most challenged communities. Milwaukee College Prep is closing the opportunity gap. To learn more and purchase tickets, go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com and click support.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of Adam. Do you ever miss the good old days?
When we were actually smarter than our phones? And when you didn't need a password to do everything but tie your shoes?
I hear you, but I'm thinking more specifically about car shopping, when dealer lots were filled with new inventory and manufacturers were offering big incentives and discounts. Well, I'm happy to say those days are back at Adam member dealers all over Metro Milwaukee. If you haven't shopped for a new car or truck for a while, you'll be pleasantly surprised at the on-hand inventory and number of money-saving deals and financing offers you'll find. Not only that, but the choice of gas, hybrid, or electric vehicles with performance, styling, and safety features that were never available before. It's really the best time ever to shop for a new car or truck.
I suppose I need a password.
No, just find your nearest Adam member dealer or start your new car search at adamm.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Brewers hope to rebound tonight against the Giants after getting beat up Wednesday night, 13-2 the final. Coverage tonight, 8:45 first pitch. Our coverage starts at 8:10 right here on WTMJ. WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Trouble spot right now is 94 westbound, getting out of the Marquette. This is before you get to the stadium, right around 20th Street in that stretch there. Got a big old bus that's broken down on the left lanes. The left lane's blocked. They do have a tow truck already attaching itself to that bus as they try to haul that out of here. But otherwise, you're getting by on the right-hand side. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, but you are going to notice some brake lights through that stretch. The rest of the road's looking pretty good outside of 894 westbound, which is always slow because of the road work.
Traffic is sponsored by St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores. Highway 100 and Layton Avenue in Greenfield. 23rd and Lincoln and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee. Great bargains and a great cause. You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Sunny, hazy today. Clouds going to roll in later on. A high of 85 inland. Tonight, cloudy. A low of 66. For your Friday, filtered sunshine. The clouds will be a little bit higher. A high of 78. Saturday, partly cloudy, 78. Sunday, there's a slight chance of rain. That'd be from Francine. Otherwise, cloudy, a high of 80. Monday, slight chance for rain, partly cloudy, and again, a high of 80 degrees. Right now, in Milwaukee, it's 73. I'm Eric Bilstead, Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, it's time to fast forward. Welcome to the future of almost everything in Wisconsin on the Upswing. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Joining WTMJ's Jeff Sherman, here's Steve Glenn.
I've been to the year 3000. Not much has changed, but they lived underwater. And your great-great-great-granddaughter is divine.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. The future of almost everything. That's what we do Thursdays on the Upswing. Martin Moore, our regular guest, is out today, but we have a wonderful substitute stand-in, amazing guest back at WTMJ. Andy Nelson, Milwaukee Andy from the PR firm and marketing firm The Glowland sits in for Martin today. Steve Glenn here, as always. Two wonderful community and business voices. Thankful to have their expertise. We're going to talk about cash incentives from automakers, what Kia is doing to kind of build its share in the EV market. We'll look at technology that's out there to slow down your car. We'll talk about tech talent in the Milwaukee area, the economics of dining out alone. Maybe talk about a really interesting story I saw about Jeff Bezos buying a home in Miami and how it could relate to what's happening here in Milwaukee. And then at the end of the show, we will talk Dining Out for Life, a big event happening today and tonight with Vivint Health. But first, as we do each and every morning on the Upswing, let's go 2 Up.
Now it's time for the 2 Up on the Upswing.
There's lines all over Greater Milwaukee, and not just because of the new Raising Cane's. Will there be new lines at the new Quick Trip? The new Quick Trip in Heartland opens today, right out there in Highway 83 and Capitol Drive. It's a big development spot, new housing and much, much more out there. A brand new Quick Trip, 12,000 square foot space, including a dual bay car wash. Plus, obviously, the gas station. The store itself, it's a larger footprint than normal, so it's probably not your typical Quick Trip. New aesthetics, kind of a new look and feel as well. According to JS Online, today is the soft opening. The official grand opening with all those specials that Quick Trip does is September 16th, followed by the big ribbon cutting on September 24th. Personally, I love the pork and veggie egg rolls. They're still a favorite of mine for sure. I think they're still on like $2.99, which is great. But I'm seeing gas at $2.85 a gallon, and GasBuddy.com reporting this morning $2.72 per gallon at the Quick Trip in Lisbon, Wisconsin. Good gas prices for sure. Let's take our cars from Quick Trip to Lambeau Field on Sunday. The Green Bay Press-Gazette had a wonderful analysis of parking in and around Lambeau Field for this Sunday. But first, let's look at ticket prices for the Colts and Packers on Sunday. Verified resale off of Ticketmaster via Packers.com. You can get a ticket in Section 103, row 47, for only $110. Section 120, row 14, $376. So Going to be beautiful weather on Sunday. You want to see the Packers and the Colts. You can get in Lambeau for $110. Not a bad deal. But what about parking? The stadium has a capacity of 81,400, which means about 20,000 vehicles need parking on game day, right? The Packers have said no available spaces in lots of their own. The team charges $50 to park in the Lambeau lots. But what's your strategy? Maybe it's the same as mine. I get there early. I walk a little farther. I look for that free street parking. There's a ton of it available. In and around Lambeau, kind of just north of Lombardi Avenue, there's some good spots. But if you look at the lawns in the neighborhoods, some quick prices. On Valley View Road and Blue Ridge Drive West, you got prices from about $25 to $30, $20, $40 along St. Agnes Drive, Shadow Drive, Frank Street, Thorndale Street, $30. So you're going to look, if you're not going to the official Packers lot for $50, you're probably going to find parking between $20 and $40, which isn't that bad. But again, I always say, take the shuttle, find street parking, and just walk to the game. It's pretty enjoyable that way. Have your cheese head on. Go, Pack, go. All right, that's 2 up. When we come back, the future of almost everything. Steve Glynn, Andy Nelson join. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Get inside the mind of Mark Tauscher.
When you did the impressions of Coach Alvarez, which I love doing on the radio with the state now.
See the world from his perspective.
When Barry would get really mad or very frustrated, his voice goes up 15 octaves.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, every day at 7:50.
God dang it, come on, we got guys over at the towers not paying attention.
Mark Tauscher, presented by Hello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Chief Anti-Procrastination Officer Brian Wickert. Most homeowners and home shoppers have heard the Federal Reserve will cut rates by 0.25% in mid-September. Well, I have great news. When it comes to mortgage rates, it's like the cut has already happened. That's how markets work, and it means there's no reason to wait to either start or resume your home search because most 30-year fixed-rate loan scenarios will now have a rate and APR that starts with the number 6 instead of 7-point-something. The already lower mortgage rates also mean the refi window of opportunity is open for folks who bought their homes earlier this year or late last year with a rate in the mid to high 7s. If you can save $1,000 a year in payments and spend less than that in refi loan cost, do it. AccuNet can also typically offer a genuine no loan cost refi, which makes lowering your payment a genuine no-brainer. Don't wait. Click on the blue button today for a no-pressure refi checkup or to get started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval. That's ACCUNET.com.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 69th anniversary, and we're celebrating with exciting rewards offers for our best customers. Shop anniversary celebration savings on Splash RV and Marine antifreeze, $2.49 a gallon for rewards members. Large jugs of Aero laundry detergent, $9.99 for rewards members. Select Blaine's brand dog treats, half price for rewards members. And get $4 reward savings on 40-pound bags of Blaine's wild bird food, now $15. Come celebrate and save during our anniversary sale, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. The WTMJ talking text line is 855-616-1620. This story from the Wall Street Journal today, and I wanted to ask Steve and Andy, there's a lot of new dynamics in the housing market for sure, and probably none of us are playing at the Jeff Bezos level, but let me just give you this story and then get your thoughts on home selling process and kind of when you're looking to sell a home, do you want to work with your realtor to really know who's going to buy your home so that there's good caretaking and moving on to the next generation? So he didn't realize Jeff Bezos was buying his $79 million Indian Creek home. Now he's suing. So a guy named Leo Chris believes that Douglas Elliman, which is a national brokerage company, should be on the hook for the $6 million discount he gave to the buyer of his Miami house before he knew it was billionaire Jeff Bezos. So the seller of this $79 million home is suing the brokerage company that handled the transaction, saying the company misled him about the identity of the buyer and would cost him $6 million in the process because he gave a discount to it, thinking he was selling it to somebody else who was coming into the neighborhood. Bezos already owns 2 homes in the area and now is buying a third. So the guy's like, wow, if I would have known it was Jeff Bezos, I could have made a whole lot more money selling my home. So he's suing the company for $6 million, believing he forfeited, not realizing Bezos was the buyer. I don't know. When you put a house up for sale, you're working with your broker. Are you one that's like, hey, I want to make sure that who's buying this is best for the home, or is it all about the money?
Money.
Easy.
Money.
Done. Steve.
I think it depends.
I'm not saying I don't want good people moving into the home I'm selling in my neighborhood, but for me, it is definitely the money factor. Like, I want to maximize whatever I put into that house on the outtake.
Yeah. And I think that's the case in this lawsuit too.
Yeah.
I mean, you list a home for what you want to get out of it, and it doesn't matter who the buyer is. You want to maximize that value, without a doubt.
Yeah. Now that said, I know, Andy, you were just talking about an experience you just went through, but like when we bought our current house, we definitely wrote the sappy letter of the family moving in and families coming together and all that stuff to make the deal happen. We weren't asking for discounts, though.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it depends. If Jeff Bezos, I want that money.
Right.
We're talking millions of dollars. But I think in actuality, like, you're often talking about razor thin margins where there's, in terms of like the average person buying a home. And I think, who isn't in real estate these days? I feel like I know so many friends that have gotten into that world. And I think oftentimes it doesn't matter, but I think sometimes it does matter. And for me personally, if we're talking about very similar prices, I would care. Your home is a personal thing, and knowing someone's story of why that place means more to them than another person, that would definitely impact me.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, there's a lot of transparency in the real estate process for sure, but there's privacy if you're working with a broker as well. So, but I like that strategy. If you're looking to buy a home, writing that letter, hey, this is my family. This is a home we really enjoy. If you intend to put your home on the market, we would like to explore that.
What was this guy's name that didn't sell it again? What was his name?
Leo Chris.
Leo Chris. This is going to be like the Leo Chris world.
Yes.
That name is like, you can remember that name.
He is the co-founder of a Brazilian toy and electronics company.
So he's doing fine.
Yeah, he's going to be all right.
He's got a $79 million home.
Yes. So let's talk cash incentives to change auto loyalty. The new story from Kia is really looking to get a bigger slice of the EV market. And if you want to get into a Kia and you currently own a Tesla, they're saying there's $1,500 cash for you to make that change to Kia. No matter what you're driving, you have brand loyalty to your car, and if there's a cash incentive from another maker, does that sway you?
It definitely perks my attention.
Yeah.
And I'm in this process right now.
Okay.
And I'm at the end of it, I think, because I made my decision ultimately not on loyalty to the car brand, but to the person that sold me the car I have today, who's just awesome. So loyalty to people.
Loyalty to, the customer service and the support that you're getting to put you into the vehicle that you want.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
I feel like I'm in a different place. I technically have like half a car. It's a 2006 Scion XB. It's on its last leg. So my wife and I really share our car. It's our 2022 Hyundai Tucson. So, I rarely drive. That's why I live in a city. I mean, after my 2006 Scion XB, rest in peace. That's my girl. Have her for 15 years. But I'll probably get a scooter or something like that. So as far as brand loyalty, it's kind of a little bit different with my wife and I of kind of figuring out, really what is best for us. And I don't think we don't have any loyalty to Hyundai.
Yeah.
But in terms of these like cash incentives, the whole market, especially like the EV market, is constantly changing every day. So, Yeah, a little bit here or there could pique my interest for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and they're also offering 0% APR for 72 months. So, hey, if you look at, I want to get into the right car with not a big down payment and then 0% interest, you know what? I'm going to take a look at that.
And at the same time, though, I think, just thinking of when we were purchasing our car, at the end of the day, $1,500, $2,000, like, I want the right car.
Yes.
I want something that I like. Yeah. So, I mean, 2 years later, am I going to regret because they knocked off $1,500?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cars, would technology that tells you you're speeding stop you from speeding? When we come back, we'll talk about what California is looking at, and could it work here in Greater Milwaukee? This is The Upswing, the future of almost everything. You are listening to WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. I've got a great idea for how you can get caught up on everything cool happening in our state. Every weekend, every Saturday, it's Experience Wisconsin. This week, Milwaukee Food and City Tours and Elkhart Lake.
So it's really a fun night of camaraderie to kind of kick things off with some great Waltzmeister polka bands, so some polka music.
They're in the spotlight. I hope you'll join us for Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays on WTMJ.
Your home's defense is crucial. Defensive failure is offensive to you. Siding Unlimited is your home's best defensive coach. Windows, roofing, decks, and of course, siding. Siding Unlimited is it. Windows? Siding Unlimited handles several great brands. They are one of only 5 Pella Platinum Premium installers in the whole country. The only one around here. Doors and decks, roofing, siding. Yes, 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 and yes. Nobody can beat Siding Unlimited. When you deal with Siding Unlimited, you'll get honest pricing, guaranteed. What is that? Well, no gimmicks, none of that BOGO, buy one now, get blah, 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 chin boogie. This is what it will cost you, period. Honest pricing. Bolster your home's defense with the best defensive team ever. SidingUnlimited.com.
I'm Dave Sager. I'm the chairman of Bethlehem Evangelical Lutheran Church and School. In 1998, we made a decision to buy some property in Germantown. It was always the mindset someday we would build a church on that property. Horicon Bank bent over backwards for us repeatedly. I can't tell you how many times I reached out to Michelle on a Saturday, on a Sunday. Can you help me out? And it would not be possible without Horicon Bank and Catalyst Construction. Just amazing individuals, and it's all family.
I was stuffed up. It was almost like someone put a clothespin over my nose. As an athlete, it did affect my performance. And as I got older, the congestion and poor sleep really took their toll.
Mike's a lifetime athlete. After hearing about Advent, he felt he could finally find a solution to his breathing triangle problems.
With my congestion, the kind of sleep I was getting wasn't allowing me to function the way I wanted to.
When your nose isn't working like it should be, it's going to negatively affect your sleep. And then you really can't be at your best at anything that you're doing.
It's been about 5 years since coming to Advent, and what balloon sinuplasty did for my quality of life, that step I took was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Balloon sinuplasty can help solve your breathing triangle problems, which will help you sleep better, and that's going to help you live a better quality of life.
Unlock your potential. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Steve Glenn and Andy Nelson today.
What?
Let's keep it on technology and cars.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right?
Yeah.
So, road safety advocates are calling for, this is California, a fairly simple fix to speeding. Onboard technology that can warn lead-footed drivers to slow down. So the approach got a pretty big boost at the end of August when lawmakers in California passed a bill to require speed warnings on new vehicles starting in 2030. A Democrat who's the bill's sponsor said the number of people dying in crashes is a state and national crisis. Obviously, across the state and here in Metro Milwaukee, some speeding and reckless driving concerns for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, do we think a system that can actively block drivers from speeding is that a non-starter?
Does it literally block, or does it just tell you you're
It
speeding?
warns you you're speeding. It's not going to stop the car.
That's
for
not going to
you.
stop the
No.
speeders.
No.
Not one bit. No.
I might be the only person on this panel that has lost its license because I had so many speeding tickets.
Okay.
That was
You're off the
18,
show.
so that was
Yeah.
more than 20 years ago. But that definitely helped me stop speeding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like going back to our previous segment, my Hyundai Tucson. I do like that it has like the speed limit sign there, where like it always tells me what
What
it
the
is.
speed limit is? Oh,
yeah, I feel like that does help me sort of subconsciously kind of try to stick around that. But I don't know. This might be a little bit of a bridge too far. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, there's people that would say, hey, it's my risk if I want to get a ticket. That's my decision. Don't put that on my car to try to corral it for me. But at the same time, I mean, to your point, Andy, when the speed limit is shown in front of you and it shows you where you're going, you'd like to think that you take that approach to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of extra cost to the car manufacturer. But here in Milwaukee, we really kind of put a lot of the streets on road diets to kind of soften that traffic and make the drivers slow down naturally. So I think from a city perspective, that's a really good use of funds, and it's already having really good impact around in the area.
Yeah, people are driving too fast, just consistently everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like from old guy, get off my lawn perspective. Like, it's just dangerous in some spots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, let's see. Let's switch to tech talent. I talked yesterday with the Business Journal's Rich Kirchen, but studies like this one this week showing the Milwaukee market ranking 49th, down from 48th last year in demand for technology job talent. They kind of worry me. Like, I know studies are studies, and you look at the population base, we're probably going to fall in that 30 to 50 range no matter what. But looking at tech talent growth, kind of stagnant in the area, what can we do about that, Steve?
So this is I get fired up on this question for a number of reasons, and I
would think.
Yeah, so tech, innately tech goes up and down and sideways and different. I mean, now AI is what everyone is talking about. So how do you have a consistent tech strategy as a company? And are our CIOs even getting together to talk about how they address this issue? I don't know. There's a lot that could be done.
Yeah. Well, and more co-working spaces, more kind of looking at what Waukesha County Technical College and some of the technical colleges are doing to really drive the talent growth and get people that maybe aren't going to the 4-year degrees to get 2-year degrees in technology and manufacturing, I think is really important too.
I just think, I mean, this obviously has been a huge conversation for years in our city and other cities like ours, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is not unique to Milwaukee, but it's a massive issue in terms of education's a huge part of it.
We'll finish discussion when we get back. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News is coming up next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. An earthquake felt widely in the Los Angeles area today. It was a magnitude 4.7, centered just north of Malibu. People reported lamps swaying, but no reports of serious damage. Fires continue to blaze across Southern California as well, burning tens of thousands of acres. Thibodaux, Louisiana Mayor Kevin Clennett says damage in his city was minimal from Hurricane Francine, but they're still assessing all the flooding.
But I have to be honest, this one packed a little bit heavier of a punch and more rain than what we anticipated late last night. It seemed like the water just continued to come down and the wind continued to whip.
The now tropical storm drenching Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi. More than 400,000 customers still have no power. Former George W. Bush Attorney General Alberto Gonzales has joined a growing list of Republicans who say they'll be voting for Kamala Harris this November. Gonzales, in a political op-ed, says he thinks that Trump is the most serious threat to the rule of law. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 10:31. Madison police still asking the public to help identify a person of interest in a dumpster fire who is possibly connected to 2 additional fires, including a fire that displaced 6 UW-Madison residents. Students, in fact. A photo of the suspect and a link to the students' GoFundMe is available right now if you text FIRE The WTMJ talk and text line, that's 855-616-1620. Meanwhile, crews are investigating a fire at an auto center in Brookfield. Fire erupted in a camper van at the Napa Auto Care Center near 124th and North Wednesday. Several employees suffered minor burns from the fire. And the director of the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee says he has no intention of stepping down following a lawsuit filed earlier this year by residents upset with deteriorating conditions at some of the agency's properties. Willie Hines Jr. says he has no plans either to resign. Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update at this hour. The Dow is down about 40 points this morning to 40,822, while the Nasdaq is up 59 to 17,454, and the S&P 500 up 6 this hour to 5,561. Get an honest opinion of where you are financially and where you're headed. Work with a fee-only fiduciary. Start now at annexwealth.com. Let's check those roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Right now, still have that incident on 894 South. It's right near National Avenue, and that has what appears to be the right shoulder blocked due to that incident. And it is quite a parking lot out there right now. We've got backup stretching north at this time of, looks like Highway 59 Greenfield Avenue as you head south towards the Hale. Again, it's deemed only as an incident right near National Avenue on 894 South on the right shoulder. Elsewhere across the system, a little bit slow on 894 West through the construction zone from the Mitchell to about Loomis, and then it's free and clear as you head towards the Hale heading west. And your WTMJ forecast for today, sunny, hazy. We'll see clouds late in the day. Highs mid-80s throughout southeast Wisconsin. Mostly cloudy down to 66 with the overnight low tonight. High clouds, filtered sun on your Friday. A high of 78, partly cloudy 78 on Saturday. Possibility of some leftover remnants from Francine reaching the area late in the day on Sunday. Otherwise mostly cloudy, 80 the high. Monday, slight chances for showers and a high of 81 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, sunny skies and 74. I'm Adam Roberts, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Times 1034.
Planning for retirement is like planning a road trip. You wouldn't start a long journey without a map, right? The same goes for your financial future. Every retirement plan needs the right tools. Social Security is one of those critical tools. But did you know when and how you claim your benefits can dramatically affect your retirement income? At Drake & Associates, we'll help you navigate the twists and turns of Social Security. Our team can guide you on when to start collecting benefits to maximize your income. Don't leave your retirement journey to chance. Call us or text SS to 414-409-9982. That's SS to 414-409-9982. Let us help you map out a secure and enjoyable retirement.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Dan, I love what we do at Inspire Closets.
Can you count the ways?
First of all, we're 100% locally owned, helping families in southeast Wisconsin calm the chaos and eliminate stress. We're not a franchise. And our lifetime warranty and price match guarantee.
Yes, Katie. Milwaukee homeowners have trusted the Anheuser family for 55 years for our commitment to quality, service, and competitive prices.
And we get to work together.
Yeah, that too. Buy local and save money today. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
A wife and husband team.
People across Wisconsin are enjoying the rewards, stability, and flexibility of a career in healthcare. Why not you? Wish Caregiver Careers can get you started as a certified direct care professional. You'll learn the skills you need to make life better for older adults or people with a disability. All training is free and online. Plus, earn $500 in bonuses. Start your new career. Sign up today at WisCaregiverCDCP.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Steve Glenn. Andy Nelson joins us as well. The future of almost everything. The top 50 markets in the U.S. and Canada were ranked according to their competitive advantages and appeal to both employers and tech talent employees. Milwaukee ranking 49 out of 50. with two brilliant entrepreneurs in studio today. We're going to continue to talk about how Wisconsin and specifically the metropolitan Milwaukee area can continue to grow the entrepreneurial base. I mean, Andy, you just started your own firm. Like when you take that launch into the entrepreneurial world, there's a lot of decisions, a lot of economic decisions.
You have to be a boss of a lot.
Yes. Yeah. So how did you go about searching for space and employees, and just kind of walk us through that process?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's, and I think it's a totally different world. If anyone wants to talk about it as an expert, I think they're lying, because we're in a different world post-pandemic. What is office space when a lot of people have built these, I have a really great office at home, so it's difficult to leave that. What is missing, what we were talking about before we went on air, is that energy, that creativity, that talent. And so that's what I'm seeking in the city, where I feel like if I lived in New York, Chicago, or LA, that'd be easy
you have
to
other
find.
options,
Here,
is that
there's
a basis of population, though? Is that a basis of the space and the investments those cities have made?
We have, yes, I think it is the investment. I think it's the right kind of investment, like the right kind of leaders making these spaces. It can't just be someone in real estate, right? Like there has to be
1,000% on that.
Inclusion with. Look at the space we're doing the show in today. Right. People for decades were trying to figure out what to do with Grand Avenue Mall, and all of a sudden, there was the right people at the table to build something around community. Right, having people actually energy in the space, and then that has made this 3rd Street Market Hall a success. Mm-hmm. And I think it's not too dissimilar in being an entrepreneur and trying to find space and building out and attracting people here. That's what matters. At the end of the day, we're human beings that if we're going to get out of our houses and actually connect with people and build brands, build businesses, I think that is the missing piece, is that human element.
Yeah. Agreed. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, were you going to say something?
I'm just going to say, and so where does that, if it doesn't fall on the real estate developers, it falls on the business owners to create that type of environment?
So I know we've talked about this place before, but I mean, Jalem and Wantable are the perfect example. He built that space for entrepreneurs, being one himself. And it was not meant to be an isolated kind of get people in and out like a coffee shop or pack them in as closely as possible. It was, as Andy said, for community. It was to build a community in our neighborhood.
Yeah, and if we look at all these co-working spaces around Greater Milwaukee, a lot of businesses have available space. Mm-hmm. Creating similar models, especially in the downtown area that invite everyone in, I think that's a winning scenario for both the workers at the business, but also for the entrepreneurs that need a third space to go to work.
That's exactly right. It can't feel like a hotel lobby.
No.
I walk in, and 95% of these spaces, I'm like, why am I leaving my house? Because this is cleaner? Get out of here.
I know.
It needs more than that. It needs energy. And I think another huge piece to this, not to go down another rabbit hole, but to me, when I'm thinking about attracting talent here or keeping talent here, as I've had so many creative friends leave for Atlanta or Chicago or New York, is the huge thing we have here is our proximity to Chicago. Mm-hmm. And having a better connection. I know this isn't going to happen next year, but over the next 20 years, we really, really need to invest in better connection with Chicago.
Yep.
That's going to bring those large companies here, because that actually has a large, the 3rd largest city in the U.S., but also from a creative standpoint of just attracting that talent, people that I would want to work with, potential clients, wouldn't just be specific to my region here in Milwaukee. It would have to be a better connection to Chicago.
Yep. All right, very good. So in the U.S., solo dining reservations have risen by 29% over the last 2 years. I want to get your take on dining alone and what it means to the restaurant from an economic standpoint and to us as diners, because today is Dine Out for Life. So Vivint Health will join us to talk about their 2nd annual Dining Out for Life Milwaukee event. That is today for lunch and tonight for dinner. Margaret Lidstone, Vivint Health's Chief Philanthropy and Community Engagement Officer, will join us when we come back. This is the future of almost everything. Steve Glenn, Andy Nelson, and I'm Jeff Sherman.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of four. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street and Jefferson. Griffin Chevrolet in the Auto Mall. Griffin Ford, Waukesha, and Fort Atkinson. 5 ways to make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
The Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford and Oshkosh just lowered their dine-in Wednesday and Friday fish fry price to $4.99. Kids and grandkids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Sunday through Thursday. Call and reserve minechefrestaurant.com.
Save big money on your next staining project right now at Menards. Pittsburgh's Ultra Advanced semi-transparent exterior stain and sealant in one can be applied on damp wood, allowing you to clean the surface and stain in one day. Save big on Ultra Advanced exterior stain and sealant. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
These are powerful, FDA-approved pharmacological pain treatments precisely administered by an easy injection to the root source of your pain. Positive patient outcomes are over 91%. And we do this conveniently. The entire process is performed in-office, so it's very easy for our patients.
Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, with the help of some of the finest pain relief physicians in the country, have helped bring their proprietary pain treatment formula to the forefront of pain relief medicine. Having performed over 100,000 pain treatments and counting, patient results have shown again and again that pain relief is possible in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, with some patients' pain relief lasting more than 2 years.
We're in-network with almost all major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and this could mean zero out-of-pocket costs for your pain relief treatment. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Between market volatility, inflation, global unrest, and the presidential election, there's a lot going on. Take control with help from Annex Wealth Management. Have a plan built that matches up with your investment and retirement goals. Annex does it as a fee-only fiduciary with unbiased advice. Annex offers financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, and Annex Ignite. Head to AnnexWealth.com, click the Get Started button. It's time to put things in order. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. AnnexWealth.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. What do you think when you see somebody dining alone? Are you comfortable with it? In what ways does kind of that stigma surrounding solo dining kind of reflect?
There's a stigma?
I don't know. I mean, there used to be. I
respect it.
But now, totally on the rise, not only here in Metro Milwaukee, but across the country, up 18% in Germany, 14% in the United Kingdom, but 29% over the last 2 years. More people are dining solo. What does this mean for the restaurant industry?
Steve, you're hyped up about this.
I love it because it's I love dining alone, especially sitting at the bar and meeting the staff. It's my quiet time.
It's your serenity?
No one bothers me. They're all friendly. It's quiet. I don't know what it means for restaurants. I mean, you got a bunch of scattered solo diners.
Yeah.
Well, so what?
Yeah, okay. You got to retrofit the spaces. Maybe there's some expense there, but if people are still dining, they just want to do it solo because they want some time on their phone or they want time to return emails or they just want some serenity. That's okay. But if that's the changing habits, those are the changing habits we got to accommodate.
Yeah, everyone is different.
Yeah.
You know, that not everyone is a massive extrovert, and people still want to go out and enjoy a great restaurant. And some people have different lives than the rest of us. So that's great. You know, like when I look at a restaurant experience as an awesome opportunity to bring people together and having that collaborative experience. But if people want to do that solo, that's great.
All right.
One thing I have noticed, Jeff.
Yes.
The solo diners, the tables turn faster than when you have multiple diners.
That is true. So you get more people in and out of the
place. I watch it at the bar. It's
That's right.
In and out, in and out, in and out.
All right.
It depends on the place too. Like if it was like an actual diner, I'll go up to that bar and like sit by myself. Like that's cool. That's a cool experience. Meet somebody.
All right. I go on vacation by myself.
Yeah.
Very good. So today, one day only, local restaurants and bars that support LGBTQ plus community are donating a portion of their proceeds to Vivint Health to help Milwaukeeans living with HIV get the quality health care, the healthy food, and the social services they need to live their healthiest life. Margaret Lidstone from Vivint Health joins us. So, Margaret, I've been a part of a lot of Dining Week community events. You know, Downtown Dining Week, all communities seem to have them. Do these events, do they move the needle for you and the restaurants to kind of rally around a cause?
Yeah, absolutely they do. First, Milwaukee is such a wonderful philanthropic community. It's one of the reasons why I love to live here. So there's space and time for every cause. But, you know, I think what's really important is that the people we serve are some of the most marginalized in our communities. And so those restaurants and those bars stepping forward to host this evening for us is a hugely important signal in terms of bringing those people into the fold and understanding that the community knows they are here and that they have needs.
All right. Yeah. Well, when we come back, I want to get the full list of who's involved, how to get involved, and, hey, can I eat solo at these restaurants?
No, bring all your friends. Bring all your friends.
All right. This is the future of almost everything. Steve Glenn, Andy Nelson. I'm Jeff Sherman. We'll be right back.
Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. Financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs each and every day. And Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business. Horicon Bank truly is the natural choice. Member FDIC.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. Brands from Carhartt to Milwaukee to Purina to Goodyear to Rapala to Levi's and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
WTMJ's Greg Matzek here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, the destination for Wisconsin's best 2024 closeout sale. It's where to score deep closeout savings on favorites from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Get more for your trade and discover car buying that makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. Fans like me. Fun, simple, and pressure-free car shopping is the way it works at Holiday. Their transparent, simplified pricing and buying approach lets you relax and focus on finding the one that's right for you, then pairing it up with enticing, money-saving incentives and offers to lower your bottom line. I've driven with Holiday a long time. The team culture, passion for excellence, and friendly, upbeat atmosphere is real. It wins fans and has earned them top-ranked status as Wisconsin's #1 Buick and GMC dealer per 2023 Buick and GMC Zone sales records. Find yours, discover the difference, and drive it home today from Holiday Chevrolet Buick and GMC in Fond du Lac and online at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Moving Graves headquarters to downtown Milwaukee was the right decision for the future of our company. Hi, I'm John Kissinger, President and CEO of Grave, a full-service engineering, planning, and design firm. We wanted to be part of downtown's vibrancy. Our goal was to create a collaborative and innovative work environment that would attract the next generation of talent. I love working downtown, and so do my employees. Experience it for yourself. Go to MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. Let's give away a gift card to the Mineshaft restaurant in either beautiful downtown Hartford or just off of Highway 41 near the EAA in Oshkosh. Both locations are full of creativity and dining rooms to explore. That's why it's called the Mineshaft. Super affordable, ton of fun, really family friendly. Our kids love it. Your kids are going to love it. Your grandkids will love the world-class game room because it's quiet. It's convenient. The kids can go to the game room. You can sit in the dining area or sit at the bar. Kids 5 and under eat for free Monday through Thursday from the kids menu, Steve. And every Thursday, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza. Stay with me, Steve and Andy.
For free.
Indeed. Caller number 6 at 855-616-1620 gets a gift card to the historic Mineshaft. So Vivint Health, the second annual Dining Out for Life Milwaukee event is today for lunch and this evening for dinner. All around, we have more than a dozen, 17, 18 locations, Margaret?
Exactly.
All right, so tell us about the spaces, how we can get involved, and what the restaurant owners and chefs are passionate about with this event.
So the restaurants you can go to include Amalinda, our dear friend Chef Greg there. They got the Pasta Tree. Bavette is open for lunch today. Flower Girl and Flame. Have dinner. Go out for a drink at La Cage or Fluid or a few other locations.
Very good. And each restaurant sets a percentage of its proceeds to be donated to Vivint Health, or how do you set that?
That's exactly how it works. So each restaurant will donate to us, and diners will have the opportunity to make a donation on site.
Okay, very good. So what's your biggest need as an organization, kind of beyond the monetary aspect of events like this?
So it's what I talked about earlier. It's that awareness raising. We have people in our community who are incredibly marginalized, who do not have access to the care that they need, and that is the care that Vivint provides. And so with awareness, we hope that more people walk through our doors.
All right. And when you look at kind of the big picture in terms of HIV and kind of the march towards a cure, what are some of the most promising developments out there and some of the ongoing research that we may not be aware of?
So there is research, there are preclinical trials on a cure, on a vaccine. HIV is a formidable virus, and they are a ways out. The great news is that with treatment, not only can individuals live long, healthy lives, that has a public health impact in that they can't transmit the virus. So we have a lot of tools right now to make a measurable impact across the country and the globe.
Yeah. And the food and pantry program is part of Vivint Health. How has that been in kind of the last several months with just kind of, economic times coming? Is the food still coming in from all sources?
So we've got a lot of food coming in. We have more food going out because times are hard, and so more and more people need our support with food. We're 1,500 shopping bags ahead right now of where we were this time last year. So we need support to bring more food in.
One thing that people don't think about with HIV is now that there is these medications and people are living longer lives. How old is your
our oldest living patient in the Milwaukee area. We just celebrated the 83rd birthday.
83rd.
Yeah.
So they're living longer
Yeah.
lives, and they need these services.
They
They
do.
need these wraparound services to kind of serve the whole person. So
We
that's
all
the
need
magic.
different types of help throughout our lives. So do people who are living with HIV.
Very good. And if people want to get involved tonight, where can they go to get the full list of the restaurants?
Go to vivanthealth.org, and you will find the restaurants there, and just show up.
Get out,
All right.
Milwaukee.
Show up, eat,
Dine out,
spend
and
money
HIV.
for a good cause and
Yes.
help our community
And you can do
grow.
it
That's
solo.
what we do
Yeah,
on the
that's
Upswing,
right.
and that's what we should all do in our lives. Very good. The future of almost everything. Andy Nelson, Milwaukee Andy. I appreciate you taking time.
Thanks,
today.
Andy.
Of course.
fun to
Happy
see
to
you.
stop
Yeah.
by.
Steve, have a wonderful day.
You too.
Margaret, good luck with the event
Thank you.
tonight. Wisconsin's Midday News is next.
Back and neck pain can interfere with your daily activities and reduce your quality of life.